Hey, peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Real talk, I need one subscriber, one new subscriber to hit 900. That's a hell of a milestone for me. Been at this for a while, so it'd be great to celebrate that this week and then start running down on the 1,000. But in due time. But if you like the way any topics or subjects are being broken down, discussed, or analyzed on the channel or any other videos, hit that like button, share, leave a comment. I love to chop it up with you on whatever, whatever about whatever I'm talking about. I'm getting ready to get into this new Conway the Machine joint. Front Lines is actually a single from his forthcoming project, From King to a God. I believe that's the name of the album. From King to a God. It's produced by a cat named Beat Butcher, which is a little ironic because Benny the Butcher, but Beat Butcher, I guess, is a cat from London. I mean, what's going on with the sample game and production right now? In my opinion, is phenomenal. Oh, and by the way, I'm looking at this, man. I'm getting to go see my barber Thursday for the first time since March. So, so my cousin, my man Carter, love you, cuz your comments are noted, family. But but getting into this, Front Lines is an obvious response to the George Floyd situation, being killed at the hands of this officer Derek Chauvin in Minneapolis, along with three other officers of the Minneapolis Police Department. And immediately, I'm on pause when I see someone from Griselda addressing this situation and kind of wondering where they're going to take it. PSAs, they might do a hell of a reverse PSA talking about the game and whatnot and street life and street subjects. But to see them get into this activist bag, was very interesting. But Beat Butcher gets the track going because it's a phenomenal track. From my understanding, Beat Butcher probably does the sample game, drum programming, but I think he also plays some instruments or does something. It's programs you can use now to play music, to actually make music. You can buy samples, and production is crazy right now. But the way that he put this track right here together is phenomenal. So getting into Conway, excuse me. Obviously, it's got all the Griselda branded, I call them accessories with the brrrr, and that's a terrible West Side Gun, but Machine has his laugh or sinister giggle, and then Benny the Butcher has his, I don't even know what that is, his deep back throat, I don't even know what you call that. And then, they have their calls, the Butcher coming, Machine, blah, 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 So it's got all of that setting it up. Getting through the first verse, though, I was really kind of struggling to see, because on his Instagram account, it was definitely like, yo, I got some heat coming to address the situation. And then you see the artwork for it. I'm like, okay, you get into the first verse, it's not addressing any of that. But he threw in some something slick. He said, Machine, bitch, your favorite rappers want to be me. I do their streaming numbers with the vinyls and the CDs. Selling, boy, I'm in the toy when you see me. You see me got the lamb in my name like I'm CD. Talk to him. That's a reference to CD Lamb, rookie, recent draft pick for the Dallas Cowboys, talking about being in a Lamborghini. CD Lamb is the name of the kid from Oklahoma. So they throw they're killing the game right now with these sports references and mentions that they're putting in their lyrics. And then he goes on into, who he is, what he's about, how he's arrived, and where he's at right now. He's got another one in here. See me feeding the homeless. I needed these moments. I'm a boss, not just a rapper. I don't see no opponents. They're killing the game right now. And he said a ninja hating. Then he just caught in the heat of the moment. Probably because that's 650. He see me and I own it. So it's all the bravado and what the team has accomplished over the last few years, and definitely sitting at the forefront of the game right now if you look at it. But so then we get into the chorus. All my ninjas outside, they outside. All my ninjas outside, we outside. If it's pressure, then we gon' slide. Hope you got your gun. You know I got mine. So on and so forth. We get into the second verses where we actually see Khan's brand of activism. And it's actually a pretty hot verse, man. He says, my ninja is in the canyon and doing 40 flat. My ninja took his time like a G, and that's a fact. They anti, talking to the law. Always in good spirits when he hit me on the jack. While you so-called real nuns celebrating rats, speaking about what's going on. I don't know. I haven't clicked on a single 6ix9ine video. I don't know what's going on with that. That's not my lane. But he says, going on YouTube, running up these ninjas' views. Can't be on both sides, my ninja, you gotta choose. Ninja try to justify the shit in all his interviews, and the ninjas in the comments said they would have did it too. I just seen a video on the news I couldn't believe. Another racist cop kill a ninja, get to leave. He's screaming, I can't breathe, cop ignoring all his pleas, hands in his pockets, leaning on his neck with his knees. Cracker invent the laws, that's why the system is flawed. Cops killing black people on camera and don't get charged. We ain't taking no more, we ain't just pressing record. Can't watch you kill my brother, you gonna have to kill us all. Just cause he from the ghetto, that don't mean he's selling crack. He driving home from work, you pull him over cause he's black. Think he gang banging cause he got dreads and a few tats. He reached for his ID, you think he reaching for a strap. He get out, put his hands up, and he's still getting clapped. But if he try to run, you just gonna shoot him in his back. What if it was my son? This is probably the most introspective part of it. After he talks about hits on some of the more revolutionary or rebellious, defiant statements. But right here, he gets close to home with, what if it was my son? I wonder how I'm gonna react. I bet I'm fitting to run up in this precinct with this Mac. And then it goes into the chorus. And then they come on with Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow, I believe, is on the end. I always like when this audio that they bring in from CDs and from the news and from all these different sources, that's kind of a signature facet of Griselda, the Griselda sound that they've established is always dope. And then I think, Rachel Maddow is a really bright individual. Of course, she's one of the pillars on, with the progressives and whatnot. But I think it's her commentary that plays the outro. It says on here, Minneapolis news reporter, but I'm pretty sure that's Rachel Maddow's voice. So that's it, man. Like I said, I was interested to see how Khan would put his stamp on it, knowing these aren't guys who aren't into peacefully protesting. You wouldn't think. But another interesting thing that he mentioned on there was, maybe that was the first verse, where he said, you see me, you see me feeding the homeless. I needed these moments. Because a couple of weeks ago, he was doing some community outreach and fed like some first responders or some nurses at a hospital or something related to the COVID-19 situation, kind of celebrating them and their efforts and, being of service to, to salute the first responders and the nurses and whatnot, being on the front lines, ironically, of that situation. And then also a lot of local Buffalo businesses, him and Benny the Butcher and Westside Gun have been taking pictures out in front of the local mom and pop sports bars and bar and grills and whatnot. Uh, so it's a very, I think right now, and this is kind of where my heart is a little heavy right now. I just saw with Freddie Gibbs taking some shots at LL for this freestyle that LL put out there, and I mentioned this on something else, but right now, for a brother defining happiness, for himself, personal happiness, right now as a black man is extremely complicated. And like I said, you straddle all of these different worlds, because here he is. You see the types of messaging and imagery and the subject matter, how he makes his living and how he's accumulated the money that he's earned and the financial status he's achieved the last several years. And then on the backside of that, outside of the booth, away from the music, he's a central figure in his community right now. It was something the other day, a few weeks ago, I saw where he was being applauded, and I don't know, it wasn't being given the key of the city or something, but he was with some city officials or something, and of course, he had his Griselda branded gear on and jewelry and whatnot. But he was being celebrated, and then as a member of his community, he's also, like I said, being of service where possible, and using his brand for to give back, philanthropic aspirations and whatnot, and then helping to drive patronage to local sports bars and restaurants and whatnot, and keep them afloat when they had to pull back and we're only doing curbside meals and whatnot. So it's very complicated, man. And it basically boils down to, individually, you got to do what you got to do, So that's it, man. Like I said, man, the track is phenomenal. It almost reminds me of a Heavy D and Bismarcky. We write the songs. It was a joint produced by Marley Marl. We write the song. It was real gritty, kind of slowed down, piano based sample. This kind of puts me in the mind of that, but it could be something a little bit different. But it's just phenomenal track by Beat Butcher, and allows a dope single to be made. So check that record out. Again, this is Attention to Detail with Wood, kind of a new series on. And damn, Conway is actually the first two songs that I kind of go through bar for bar on, or bar by bar, or parts of it. And dude is an animal right now. Hey, look, man, let me get on off here. You don't have to be great to start, but you always have to. You always have to start to be great. Maybe by the next time I'm on here, man, I can get this hair knocked down and lift my spirits a little bit. Until then, be safe. Peace.